Hello, and welcome to this tapping session on feeling blocked around making money because of the ultra rich and the ultra wealthy, and everything you see in the outside world about rich, greedy people ruining the world. Whew, this is such a good topic. I'm so grateful to the person who submitted this. So we are going to dive right in. Let's do this. If you want, place your feet on the floor. Just feel yourself grounded in your seat. Take a nice big deep breath. And just tune into your feelings about the ultra rich and the greed that you might see and how it's being portrayed in the media, and how does that influence how much you think you're allowed to make or how rich you're allowed to be personally. Is there anything that kind of comes into play when you start tuning into that? Just notice any beliefs, any stories, any thoughts, any feelings, emotions. You might want to just jot them down and just keep those things in your awareness. I might, mention some of those things out loud as we're tapping, but if I don't, just have them, written down in front of you or in your consciousness, and you'll still get movement on that piece for yourself. So let's take a sip of water. And on a scale of 0 to 10, before we start, when you tune into that sensation in your body, that resistance, that block, what's the number? 0 being no resistance, no block at all, and 10 being like, it's a huge block. It's like the biggest block I could ever imagine. First number that comes to mind, write that down for yourself. And let's tap. Even though there's this block around earning money, and it's keeping me from earning money. It's keeping me from feeling like I can make more money and still be a good person. It's keeping me from feeling like I can invest my money and still be a good person. It's keeping me from feeling like I can make more money and not turn into one of those greedy, ultra rich people that I see on TV. And there's a big part of me that doesn't want to let this block go. Maybe because if I let it go, I will turn into one of those greedy, ultra rich people. Or at least I'll be closer to being one of those greedy, ultra rich people. Maybe because if I start to make more money, I am no longer going to be a good person. Staying at this level of income protects my virtue. And maybe for other reasons, known or unknown, true or not, valid or not, from this lifetime or any other lifetime. And I really want to get to the bottom of this. And I want to love, honor, and acknowledge all of my parts, especially the ones that are trying to keep me from becoming a greedy, soulless, ultra rich person who's ruining the planet. I want to thank those parts for showing up and trying to keep me safe in the only way that they know how. And I want to send some extra love to the parts of me that are afraid they're going to lose their goodness if they make more money. I want to thank those parts of me for showing up today and trying to keep me safe in the only way that they know how. Okay, shake out your hands, take a deep breath. All these billionaires, they're all being placed in positions of influence and power. And the power that they're exerting is gross. They're being manipulative. They are not caring about people. They're putting their own interests first. Why would anyone want to be ultra rich if being ultra rich means being a greedy asshole? If it means losing your soul? If it means controlling and manipulating others for your own benefit? That is not the kind of rich that I want to be. And if I make more money, I'm heading in that direction. And I am committed to remaining good. And I am committed to holding on to my spiritual values and being kind to others, just being a good person. So it doesn't make sense for me to make more money or invest more money. I mean, also, if I become rich, I have to give it all away if I want to remain a good person. Because if I don't give it all away, I'll be just like those greedy motherfuckers who are ruining the planet. I wonder if there was a middle ground. I wonder if there was another way to look at this. Of course not. No. I mean, look at these rich men. They could make the world a better place, and they're not. Nobody who's rich is making the world a better place. Is that true? Are there any rich or ultra rich people who are doing good things in the world? Who are actively trying to make the world a better place? Well, I don't know, maybe, but if there are, they're certainly not being covered in the media. Well, maybe that's by design. Because the world isn't set up for women's success, financially or otherwise, for the most part. And news media outlets tend to try to get the most egregious stories, the ones that will evoke the most negative emotions, the most fear, so that they can get clicks. And people will stay on their channels. Because that makes them money. So maybe they're part of the problem. But maybe that's not the entirety of what's happening in the world. Maybe that's just what I'm putting my focus on. And what I put my focus on expands, gets bigger. And I see a lot of stuff out in the world that I'm putting my focus on that I have no control over. That's really big and scary. That's really disheartening. And unfortunately, that's a fact right now. There's a lot of scary stuff happening in the world. And there are people misusing their dollars. But that's not all that's going on in the world. Money isn't what makes people evil. Money isn't evil. Money doesn't have the power to make someone evil. Money is just paper. Money is just an object. The only reason it has value is because that's what we've decided on as a society. But money itself is neutral. It has no power to make someone a certain way. I mean, if we valued t-shirts instead of money, and the guy with the most t-shirts was doing things like the ultra rich people are doing now, we might say t-shirts are evil. I shouldn't have any more t-shirts because then I will become evil. Maybe it's not about the money or the t-shirts. Maybe it's about the soul of the person who has the money. Maybe the money has gotten into the wrong hands. People with money do have more power. And they have more influence. And they can change things in relation to what they think is important. So why then would I think that more money should not be flowing through my hands if I think money should be a conduit for good, for kindness, for generosity, for compassion and caring? More money needs to be in the hands of people like me. And more power needs to be held by people like me. And that doesn't mean that all the dollars that come into my life that I have to give away. That's just a misunderstanding. Because my goodness is not dependent on how much money I make or how much money I give away. My goodness just is, whether I have money or don't have money. And I can be smart about money. When I allow myself to make more of it, bring more in, I can be a smart and savvy person with that money. I can save some of it. I can invest some of it. I can give some of it away. And I can keep some for myself to have some fun and take care of myself. Because who does it benefit if I give all my money away? Does it really benefit other people if I'm depleting myself and have nothing left to give? Wouldn't it make more sense that I should keep some of it for myself so I have a nice home, so I can take care of myself physically and mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that I am pouring from a full cup rather than an empty cup? Because when my cup is full, I have more energy, more time, more creativity. And that allows me to help generate even more money and help more people. Because my presence alone starts to become something that makes me valuable and rich. Because let's be real, nobody wants to interact with me if I got an empty cup. I'm not such a nice person. A little bit grumpy. But when I'm pouring from a full cup, I'm benefiting. My friends and family are benefiting. My community is benefiting. And ultimately, my world is benefiting. It's not my job to heal the world. It's my job to heal myself. I am here to be one healthy cell in the immune system of the world. And if I can be a healthy cell who helps other people become healthy cells, then our immune system gets stronger. And being a healthy cell means keeping some of that nourishment, financially and otherwise, for myself. That's not selfish or greedy when done in moderation. That is a generous act. That comes from a place of generosity. I choose to focus less on the greedy, ultra rich that I see out in the world. They have a soul problem, not a money problem. And I got a money problem, not a soul problem. But I'm letting go of any remaining resistance or fear that I might be holding on to around making more money. Because I'm here to heal these motherfucking money stories, not keep perpetuating them. That's what the system wants me to do, to keep perpetuating those old stories, to stay small, scared, and overwhelmed. That's a tactic they're using. And I'm not falling for it. I'm not here to play small. I'm here to level up and go big. Any remaining resistance or blocks that I feel around earning money, I choose to let them go now. I choose to shift my focus from what I don't want to what I do. I choose to implement healthy self-care habits and put boundaries around where I'm putting my attention. And I'm tapping into trusting myself with more money, to trusting that I don't have to keep my eye on the pulse of the world every day to be a good person or a good citizen. I do what I can. And I'm committed to nourishing my soul, myself, and my life from the inside out. And that includes giving myself permission to make more money. Because that is just the best way to buck the system right now. Because more money and more power deserves to be in the hands of people like me. And I'm ready to open up to receive that, to be open to that, and to welcome that. Letting go of this old money block and tapping into the confidence to receive more, tapping into permission to make more money and still be a good person, and tapping into a little bit of joy to fill my spirit as I move forward one step at a time in this crazy world. Okay, shake out your hands, take a deep breath. A little longer than I normally go, so thanks for sticking with me. Take a sip of water. I feel like this is a big topic. Feel back into the energy of your body. Notice if anything has shifted or changed, if any memories or emotions or thoughts have come up. It is not our job to save the world. I know that is like a hard truth, right? It's not our job to save the world. It is our job to be one healthy cell in the immune system of the world. And as we take care of our health and well-being, financially, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, as we do that on an individual level, that helps us take care of more people, in our families, in our friend groups, in our communities, and in our world. And that doesn't mean giving everything away or depleting ourselves. There's a saying in 12-step programs, essentially like, don't throw yourself in the fire in order to keep other people warm. Don't throw yourself into the fire. Don't sacrifice yourself by setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm, because that doesn't really benefit anyone. And what does that say to other people, right? I have to sacrifice myself and my well-being in order for other people to thrive. That's simply not the way it works. When I thrive, you thrive. So taking care of ourselves is a gift. It's a gift to our family, our friends, our community, and our world. Holding on to your money is a gift, right? Because you're nourishing yourself and your life. And we want more people in the world who know how to nourish themselves and their lives, to be self-sufficient and independent in that way. And from that place, we can give from our overflow. We can help in any way that we can, that is within our bandwidth and our capacity and our energy to do so. We all have different life circumstances, so that's going to be different for everyone. And it's going to shift and change as you go through your life and your life circumstances change. So give yourself a little bit of credit. Go out there and make some money. There is no reason that you should feel any amount of guilt about it. Money does not make you a good person or a bad person. It will amplify who you are and your values in the world. And if your values are shitty and you have more money, you're going to amplify shitty values. If you're a good person and you have more money, your money is going to go towards amplifying something really good and beautiful in the world. So who do you think should have more money in the world, right? It's someone like you with a big heart, a big spirit, someone who wants to see people thrive, That's who needs to have more money, who want a peaceful world, an environment that's taken care of, and all the things. And it is a good thing to let go and let yourself play and have fun along the way. And I know it can feel hard when all this stuff is going on, but it is literally, it's an act of resistance to do so. So just know that as you move forward and make more money and still enjoy your life, that is an act of defiance in this culture. That is an act of rebellion. That is an act of like, fuck you, patriarchy. Like, I know how I want to live my life, and I know the values that I want to amplify, and I am going to be a healthy cell in the immune system of this world, whether you like it or not. And I am going to do my part and take care of myself and love my life and my neighbors. I hope this was helpful. If anything else came up for you and you need another tapping session on something, a different aspect of this, just let me know, and go back and tap again if you need to. Be sure to drink lots of water, take really good care of yourself, get a good night's sleep now and every day if you can, and put your self-care first. Turn off the news. You don't need to know everything that's going on. You don't need to be following every single policy and every single executive order, because that'll put you in crazy brain. Do your part. Trust that you are enough and that you are doing enough. Rest when you need to rest, play when you need to play, and get your buns in action when you need to get your buns in action. Go out there and make some money, and I'll see you in the next tapping session. Bye for now. And oh, hey, one last thing. If you liked this video and you want to take your money work even deeper, join me for my free 4-day live challenge, The Money Shift. Release your money blocks and open to receive. You will learn how to shift out of that scarcity and lack mindset and tap into abundance in all areas of your life. All the details are below, and I hope to see you inside.